Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War Guild Wars week 69 day 5. So today, of course, got ourselves a brown day. As far as what we're going to be running for that, we are going to be running the following. Mostly just doing the very weird Hiking Iron Gut team. This has gone mixed. This might be the last time we try doing it. But I think we are going to try doing this one more time just to see how it goes. I believe I do need to revamp my Plague Lord, however, though. Because I believe it is not set accordingly. Because we are going to want to go for Brown Mastery there. Fortitude is fine. Barrier. Half mana start. Disease. That should be fine. And we don't need the hammer thing, even though we're using a hammer. Just because we don't need the excess mana. But basically what we're doing here is a weird version of Hiking Iron Gut where we basically use Vashtagon and Obsidius for Curse Stun to disable all traits and then allow us to Hiking Iron Gut like crazy. One modification we are going to need to make with this team though, however, is go all in attack to increase the chance of us getting a Devour. So we are going to go make those changes. As far as our Guild War Defend, we finally got enough wins as well. We ended up getting more than 2 wins for once. So if we go over to our things, we have 3 wins. So we're at 3-5 right now. So, slightly better than the other days, I guess. 1 additional win. Not too big a difference, but hey, it adds up. We're currently 2nd place. Hopefully we can take 1st. Hard to tell with because we haven't done all of our battles, and we don't know if they've done all their battles. But we're definitely top 3. We know that for sure within this bracket, but we'll see if we end up making number 1 or not. Because there's an extra 50 gems on the line this time around. Also, lastly, other thing we'll be doing a little bit later to stream. After we go do Guild Wars code and a few other things, we need 1 more Anu. We are currently 1 Anu away from having 3 Spear Medals of Anu because you only ever need 1 at a given time. And as soon as we get 1 more token of Anu, that becomes a badge. Those 3 badges become a medal. And then with those 3 medals, we can go upgrade Yog Way to max. And also, of course, we ended up getting Bounty Hunter done earlier. Definitely don't forget to go and wrap that up if you haven't already. And of course, you get another 4 battles tomorrow, which is pretty much like 6 battles. So if you haven't already finished it, you might be able to get a decent amount more progress on tomorrow. But yeah, anyways, let's go do Guild Wars now. So, let's go see this. So far, we've won every single possible Guild War day, so that's a pretty good sign so far. And we're definitely winning today. We're pretty much the same amount of battles, and we're already 30,000 above. Which maybe not, but still. But based on the margin of difference, we should be fine. But anyways. But hello, Humberto. Hello, Bill. Hello, Army X-Tube. Hello to Krail. Hello, AG Walker. Welcome, 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 everyone. Salty said on Dev stream she was taking time off till Monday the 30th. If you need codes, might want to CC Ozball or Kafka just in case. Yeah, I probably should go mention them. I think I can get them from Kafka, most likely. I have enough codes till like Tuesday, but I need enough till Thursday. What do we grab here? Let's take a skull for now. There's such a lack of brown. Mostly because he denied it. Kind of want him to Yog Way here just because it gives us 2 extra turns. Well, the sport is bad. I guess we just take a yellow. In a way that doesn't give him something. Problem is almost every way. Actually, never mind. Every way gives him something. I want to leave that there for the 5 times, but it can also ruin him. Oh, you know what? We're just going to grab it. Alright, we still get decent value out of that, so we'll grab all that. Grab the other one. And we should be good to go at this point. So we throw a Devourer at the biggest threat. Of course it misses. Get our mana right back up. That works too. Do we have enough to kill? You have a 3-1 based on, what was it again? Life? That's 40. That's not gonna be enough damage. So we're gonna need to go and get Iron Gut to go get Devourer. Don't miss this time. What are you doing? Well then, let's just go throw this down then. And dead. Well, that works, I guess. Not the way I want to do it. But it worked out. What is this Devour rate anyway? 67% chance. And we still are missing it twice in a row. What is this? Yep, it's the winter solstice. And hello, Matt. Welcome. So close to the holidays. They came really, really quick this year. I keep forgetting that I'm even going away in a week. It's just getting here so quickly. I'll take a brown for now and get a mountain ideally as follow-up. What else? Grab another mountain. Take our Devourer in there. Let's go for his biggest threat. Hey, we have to get it for once. Immediately. That's ideally what we want. 2 Devourer and 2 instant kill. And it's easy as that. And rinse and repeat that. Like, that's ideally what it does every time. What just happened right there. That's the whole premise of this team, is that battle. Too many Yog Way Queen of Tanya today. Ooh, oh, whoa, the value. Or the lack thereof. Yeah, luckily we're not frozen on any of that mess. We're only frozen on brown and skull. So we can take a billion different extra turns. Do I take red-brown? I think we do because we still have barrier on brown. So he's not going to do any damage with that. We'll take this skull just to get some brown on the board to delay a turn. Though the red storm and everything, that's not too likely. Though we could try for red sky. We're not frozen on it. You can get it though. Thought with red storm we'd be able to, but apparently not. Okay. So Mountain Crusher, still not worth it. Let's go clear a bunch of board. He'll take skull. Or not. Come on. You know you want to. There you go. Okay. So do we mountain? The answer is yes. Also replaces the storm. We'll need to go for another mountain and hopefully land on brown. And we don't, but we get extra turn there. Get Iron Gut on the biggest threat. And it should be match. There should ideally be enough mana to kill. Let me double check. How much is that? That's math. What's 202 divided by 3? That comes out to, what is that? That is 67? Yeah, it's around 67. I believe it's 67 because it rounds down. So what's 67 plus 51? Not enough damage is how much it is. Okay, we'll take that for now. It is not enough. But you know what is enough? That's enough. So we'll go to that, kill that out, and cast that onto Iron Gut, and he's dead. Hello, Haley. Hello, Foro. Hello, Jellybean. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You found doing treasure hunt while not getting a ton of gems, or giving a ton of gems, is a good way to have a chance at continuing adding gems. Yes. Treasure hunt is actually the best rate in the entire game for gems. If you already have the treasure maps and you rush through them, it's around 50 to 70 gems per hour, which is the highest infinite rate in the entire game. So yes, there is a really good rate in treasure hunt. It's pretty much the only redeeming factor it has. Early on and in mid-game, it's actually one of the better locations to kind of be grinding, because it also gives no EXP, which is normally a bad thing. However, the context of early game and mid-game, that particularly early on in the game if you're like under level 500, that is somewhat beneficial because matchmaking in PvP is still somewhat based on your level. And if you can maintain a lower level for a little bit longer, you have easier battles for PvP for slightly longer. And Treasure Hunt gives you no XP to allow you to do that. I mean, Treasure Hunt. Oh, why did I do that? I should have taken an iron to get there instead of wasting it for our last slot. Okay, let's get rid of this. Get rid of his truffle. Biggest threat there for sure. Get the last of his mana, hopefully off a mountain. 2 mana short is quite unfortunate. Luckily he wasted his turn there. Oh no, he didn't. Please end your turn. Sometime today. Okay. I guess we try for double brown sky. There we get to Subsidious and hope it hits first slot. That sounds like the better way. And of course it doesn't. But luckily he did not silence the important one, which would be our Iron Gut. And it should be a match. We'll do that. Do that. Dead. Key Lime raid? Oh, did Key Lime send people over here? Thank you, Key Lime. And another truffle team. Interesting. What day did I use my truffle team? I don't believe it was today. No, I use it tomorrow. With like an elemental mix. Use Tyree. How can you get more treasure maps? Actually, using the Tyree method is not worth it anymore. The best way to get more treasure maps is to spend them in the glory shop for 30 glory each. Because you're already getting some of the glory back. But yeah, I do not advise doing the Tyree method anymore. It was at one point viable, but due to how easy it is to accumulate glory these days, relative to how it was in the past, it's actually better just to go and do them through glory in the glory shop. They're 30 glory each, and you can buy 200 at a time. Or, you know, however many you want. Whatever number. Oh, why did I not go for truffle? I should have went for truffle. That's problematic. Is that enough to kill? No, it's not. Oops, I should have went for truffle. If we lose now, that would have been a gigantic fail. Okay, let's see how this did. Other than the first battle, that went relatively smooth the entire time. Not perfectly optimal, but that's about how the best it could really go on average. And it was a 9,410. For how decent it did, that's a relatively low score. Well, not low, but I got the job done. I don't think we've actually really lost much with it. The only problem is it doesn't score potentially high. The biggest issue with it is the fact that you have like that whole self-kill mechanic, which I believe might count against you some. I forget exactly if it actually does, score-wise. I feel like it does, but overall, it's not too bad. I think the biggest issue, actually more so than anything, I'm not even sure if the self-devour is doing anything. I don't believe it is. However, I know one thing that is reducing out our score when we do that is the devour off of Iron Gut does not count as damage, unfortunately, with how Guild Wars is scored. So that's probably the biggest thing that hurt our score there, because obviously each battle where we're getting around 2 devours, which is about half of our damage reduced that we could have potentially had as free points. But oh well, it won, got the job done, and I'll take it. So right now, I think we're still Paragon for next month. I don't think anyone in my guild has over 47,000. Actually, yes, there's one. Never mind, we have some competition right there. A Raken is right on us. We're only, what, 50 points ahead. We're about 50 points ahead of him. And that's it. Anyone else have over 47,000? I think that's the only one. Yep, quite a few people over 40,000 at this point, though. Anything above 50,000 by the, by all 6 days, or, you know, when you complete it out the week is pretty decent. If you could total 50,000 or more by the end of the week. But there we go. And there's about 30,000 gap. However, as soon as we get the rest of our people in, that might not be as big of a gap, but we'll have to see how it goes. Anyways, that's that. Next order of business. Let's go clear out the dailies real quick. And then go try finding our last, what's it called? Our last Anu. I still need one more Anu to go upgrade Yog Way. We're getting very close, but not all the way there yet. We end up getting 2 last stream. And now we just need the final one. Is there a drawback to being Paragon? No. There is only benefits. There is no drawback to Paragon. You get more people battling you, which is a benefit. You have more stats, which is obviously a benefit. And what other thing happens to Paragon? That's pretty much it. You just have more people battling you and you get more stats. But no, there's no downsides to it. I guess theoretically the only downside is that you buying stats doesn't help anyone else in the guild. Because if anyone else in the entire guild of the 29 people buys stats, it is helping everyone else above them. However, when a Paragon buys stats, it only helps himself. However, you should always buy stats as the Paragon, because it helps your defend team quite a bit. You always have to buy at least one, otherwise you don't get any extra benefit from your guild. But it's normally advised to go all the way to 5 if you're planning on scoring really high or wanting to move up in brackets. It's because that will increase the chance that more people will lose to you. And if more people loses to your Paragon, then less points for them, meaning higher chance of end up winning. Yeah, your defend team matters more than any other defend team on your entire guild. Of course, all your defend teams matter, however, Paragons matters the most. So the only real big downside is if a somewhat newer player in your guild still manages to get like perfect scores somehow and becomes Paragon, their defense will be horrible compared to some other people in your guild. However, that is very unlikely to ever happen. Generally, when it comes to Guild War defense, as long as you're getting like a 10 to 20% win rate or so, you're pretty much doing fine. You have to keep in mind that win rate's pretty high in the game in general. Particularly in late game. So if you're only getting something like 1 out of 10 wins, that's not necessarily a bad team. Though it is somewhat hard to tell sometimes. But win rate's just particularly high that late in the game. Like you can tell, we're straight 5-0s right now. And many of the teams we are fighting are good teams. And even meta in many instances. Yeah, we're still 5-0 the entire week. There we go. Those down. And let's go clear out dungeon. I actually did one earlier because I was explaining something to someone in the previous stream. But let's go clear the other 2 out. And then hand out code. And then hunt that final Anu. Ideally, I want it before we end this stream. That would be the most ideal situation. But we'll see how it goes. Hey, a treasure map. How wonderful. Actually, 2 treasure maps. Hey, you never know. Even though they're useless right now in endgame, they might be useful into the future. And they cost 30 glory each if we ever need to go get more. So to be able to get a bunch of them passively isn't too bad. Because that's theoretically, potentially, sometime in the future, 30 glory of savings each. And given that we have, what, almost 20,000 maps, that means we theoretically have about 600,000 in savings off of treasure hunts, or off of treasure maps, I mean, that we've already accumulated. And they add up. When you're using key team, you get one almost every single battle. Maybe not every single battle, but 1 in 2 battles tend to give it. And you get like 20 an hour, which isn't like a particularly high amount compared to actually map farming or farming glory and then using that glory for maps. However, it's better than nothing to just passively get while just using a team that's already going to work. Man, anyways, let's grab tribute. Let's hand out code. What code did we last give out? It was that one. Which means we need this one. Oh yeah, we only have 4 codes left. 3 after this one. I might need to go ask, oh, what's her name? Syrup. For codes. Because we only have enough till, what is that, Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. We only have enough till Tuesday. However, I'm only going to be around till Thursday, so if we don't have it for a day, I guess that won't be too big a deal. Not to mention for Christmas, I'll probably be handing out the Super Mega Ultra code anyways, rather than a normal code. So actually, I guess if they don't get around to giving us codes, that will still be fine. Because if we give out at least 1 Mega code, possibly 2, we'll have enough until I leave on Friday. What am I looking for? I'm looking to put this in the chat. Let's see. There it goes. Go. There's the redeem code. Use on gemsofwar.com with the game code section. Your invite code can be found in your settings menu. Whatever your game says right over here is what you put in. And redeem code's right over there in chat. Just copy paste the random numbers and letters. And gives the same word as always. Oh yeah. I guess, what's his name? Keylime was streaming. Because we just got a code from him 15 minutes ago. And there's ours that we just hand out. But same thing as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Enjoy, everyone. I guess I'll claim the other one too. There we go. Okay, so next order of business. Change these. Didn't even realize we were running that earlier. And let's go change over to a bunch of HP. And now let's go and take these out. And that's definitely not the team we want. We want Scorpius team for our quick kills. With the 27 out of 30 rule, there was a concern among top tier guilds that guilds would use Uber Defense Sacrifice 3 players as their scores wouldn't count anyways. Are you seeing or hearing any of this? That could be a strategy. However, you would have to have a really coordinated guild to end up doing that. Also, I'm not sure if you would want to do that with your Paragon constantly. However, that would be pretty overpowered if your Paragon and if the top 3 people in your guild did that every single time. That could be rather broken. Because we could start seeing a meta where the Paragon and the 2 in second command just starts deliberately getting rid of their Paragon every single week. And using it just to set stronger defend teams instead. I haven't been seeing this at all yet. We're in bracket 6, so no guild is that coordinated around here. Well, I feel like that would only be done in bracket 1 and 2. Potentially only bracket 1. Because first you would have to get your... because it would require 2 things. One, it would require no person in your guild being bad at Guild Wars. And the second is it would require you to have 3 people, your top 3, sacrifice their Paragon and second in command every single time in order to just set really strong defend teams that use completely different options. Because then you wouldn't have any restriction to what you can set to defend. However, there already isn't much of a restriction. I don't know. I don't think that's going to pan out to be too much of an issue. I could see some guilds possibly doing it. I just feel like you'd get more value from not doing that and just letting the lowest 3 in your guild just drop. Because you're automatically making it so your best players are going to drop their scores, which is not necessarily a good thing. Because if your top 3 players drop their scores, and they were already, you know, your top 3 players, assuming that they actually did do the best that week, and it wasn't just other people just deliberately doing worse to make them Paragon or something, that would mean that they're, you know, actually decent at Guild Wars, meaning that you're sacrificing your 3 best people, potentially, in order to set slightly better defend teams. I don't know. There's a lot of risks to it that I feel like would make it so people wouldn't do it. I don't know. I'm pretty sure some people at the top might do it. The only way it would possibly be viable is if all 30 people in your guild are equally good at Guild Wars and pretty consistently get 5-0 down the line. It's like the only instance I could really think of where it might be worth it. And then you could sacrifice your top 3 people, Paragon and the second in commands, to set better defend teams. It also means you could set defend teams to have double of something, like double Lust or double Truffle, without any downside. You'd still be penalized for it, obviously. However, their scores would just be dropped anyways. I don't think that would be really worth it until something really meta comes around that uses double or triple of something. Right now, the closest thing I can think of is double Lust. However, double Lust isn't really particularly high win rate. It'd be good at getting some kills and lowering their score slightly, but actually winning it might not be able to do. But it would also allow you to set the same defend team every single day if you so wanted to. Though it would, of course, sacrifice their points. I don't know. Overall, I feel like that method wouldn't be worth it. I'll throw that down. Grab a mountain. And dead. No problem for the code. Let's see. You've got over 2,200 or 3,200 maps. Yeah. I feel like almost everyone in the game has excess maps, unless you're just a newer player or mid game. But once you start getting later in the game, you get way more maps than you ever will use, unless you love playing treasure hunts for multiple hours a day. Even if I played for 3 hours a day, I think it would end up taking us about a year to finish out every map we have. Well, let's see. You can use about 55 maps an hour. We have, by then, about 20,000 maps, if not more. What does that come out to? Let's just see. What's 20,000 divided by 55? Yeah, it would take an entire year. If we did 1 hour a day, it would take an entire year to finish out our maps. Possibly more because we'd gain even more at that time. Yeah, it would take over a year of doing treasure hunt for an hour every day to deplete my map stack. However, in doing so, we would end up getting a really absurd amount of gems. We'd end up getting approximately 20,000 gems or so. However, it would require 1 hour a day for an entire year. But we would yield about 20,000 gems from doing so, among other resources. Putting it that way makes it seem like a lot. Though then you consider how much time that takes and then it doesn't seem like a lot. Because that many gems is almost my entire gem stack. And if you count all the other loot that you get from it, it's above my gem stack. Which I believe we currently have about 26,000 gems. That has been suggested to the developers before. The capability of using multiple maps to have a slightly bigger reward for doing treasure hunt. It was mentioned to them a couple times. Unfortunately, they have never actually implemented something like that, obviously. I don't think they've 100% ruled it out as an option, though. But there definitely is going to be a treasure hunt rework sometime next year. Same as Arena. When, we do not know, but it's coming. Come on, Anu. We need it so badly. Actually, not really. Everything that we need a Yog Way upgraded for actually just happened this week. So kind of funny that we're getting it upgraded now. Because the second we're getting it upgraded is pretty much the second I don't need it anymore. Because I need it for today's Guild War and I need it for Brawl of Bounty Hunter. Yet both of those we finished today. Which is kind of funny. The one time in a month when we would need it for multiple things. And we just got to use it all already before we could get it fully maxed. It's not that big a deal though, obviously. It doesn't gain too big of a benefit for being maxed. But hey, more stats is better than not more stats. Nope, double Cedric. That's not what we want to see. We have 1.5 billion Cedrics. Not what we want. It's 1:33 a.m. by you, and you're still watching the stream. Nice. Hope you start streaming at an hour earlier. We do stream earlier. Like we streamed at from 10 to 1 earlier today, and from Eastern Standard Time, that is, as well as from noon to 3 yesterday. But yeah, very rarely do we actually stream at the time that you just mentioned. We did on Thursday this week. But more often than not, it tends to be at this time. Like in half an hour prior to now, every night. Yeah, it's a little bit late for some time zones. Which is why we do morning streams as well on Friday and Saturday. The only problem is for some time zones, that time also doesn't work, so. Can't make it work for every time zone. Yes, you can only get Guardians with Guild Keys, that is correct. That is correct. The other thing that you can do on them is orb them up. Also, if you ever get major blue orbs, you can do them one at a time. Because once one of them gets maxed, they stop dropping. So you can just simply max one of them at a time if you want. Hello, Cookie! Welcome. Yeah, okay. Grab those two. It works if you wake up at 3 a.m. That is very early. I used to do that some before school and college. Just because I worked better in the morning for stuff like that. Cookies for all. That sounds good. Now you're making me hungry for cookies. Might need to go for something related to it for Christmas. Okay, get like gingerbread cookies or something. That's something I haven't done for ages. Make a gingerbread house. Those things can be a little annoying to eat though. And they're normally made of sugar, 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 and more sugar. Ah, Cookie is definitely on Santa's nice list. Hello, Vespine. Welcome. Hello, Sir Teddy. Welcome as well. What kingdom is Frostfire Keep faction related to? Stormheim. It's related to Stormheim faction. The one in top right. Right next to Draxzoom. That's Stormheim. There's only one giant within it, though. Unfortunately. And it's the troll giant. I say that because Titan and a lot of good giants reside there. However, we only get one good one. Or one that we can even use that's underneath that category, I mean. I was kind of expecting that they would add more giants than that, but they didn't end up going down that direction. However, the legend from the kingdom's not that bad. The troll's very situational to the point that you wouldn't really use it, though, unfortunately. Okay, Nisha. I mean, not Nisha. We got what I wanted. It didn't do what I said, but it did give me what I wanted. A token of Anu. We got it. That badge becomes, or those tokens become a badge. And the badge becomes a medal. And the medal becomes a maxed out Yog Way. Wait, we gotta do it. We can't not do it immediately. This is what we did all the grinding for this weekend. That is correct, right? Yep, 100%. All in. Right on Yog Way. And there we go. 2 attack, 2 armor, 1 magic, 2 HP. Basically 2 everything. Except for magic. But there we go. Our first maxed out legend. Now you also know what we must do. Let's go test our maxed out legend now. That we have them. Did we go HP? Probably better go magic, actually. Okay, let's go test them now. Where is my tape hunting? What did I use on? Guild War Brown? I mean, Guild War Defend Brown? Yes, there we go. Okay, let's go use them. Now that we got them maxed. Next up, Queen Titania. I find it funny that I'm going for them first guy. Like, almost never run this team. However, Yog Way is beneficial for a lot of things other than this, obviously. Just got done using him with Bounty Hunter. Not to mention he falls on some Guild War days. Oh, whoops. Why did I do that thinking it was a Yog Way? I was like looking over there. It's like, oh yeah, we definitely have purple to red alignment. Wrong convert. There we go. The power of Yog Way. Be even nicer once we get Queen Titania max. Queen Titania gains 6 magic when maxed, which theoretically means 9 damage. Because those 6 extra magic with Fairy Fire comes out to 9 damage total extra. I almost just did the same thing again. Okay, we still do have alignment though, so we'll go for it. Grab our other thing, get our Yog Way there. Maxed Yog Way. And if anyone still fights this today, they'll be surprised to see we have a max legend. Actually, that reminds me, I haven't really been seeing any metal troops in Guild Wars. Do they even appear? Has anyone else been seeing any metaled Guild War troops? Did they make it so they just don't appear for whatever reason? Or just no one I fight ever have any? Because I haven't seen a single Guild War that even has a bronze. Like here we can see one pretty obviously. But I haven't seen a single one ever in Guild Wars. I assume it does work there. And to my understanding it does. However, I've never actually specifically seen one. Even though it likely does. Hello, Viper! Welcome. Yeah, there's a lot of troops in this game. This game has a really, really, really high number of cards. There are, not even counting weapons. There are 776 troops in the game. Which means next year there will be over 1,000 troops in the game. And if you count weapons, I believe there's currently over 900 troops plus weapons in the game. Because there's something almost like 200 weapons or something. It's like 1/4 of the things. Does increasing magic increase the attack damage of your spell? On most things, yes. Magic boosts whatever your purple value is on your spell card. So here it makes it so we do more AoE damage. Here it does nothing. Here it makes it so we do more damage to our 2 enemies. Here it does more damage. However, there are things that do it slightly differently. So for example, here it increases the amount of armor gain. And here is still damage. But whatever the purple value is what it ends up increasing. And if if one of your troops have no purple value, that means extra magic on it will do nothing. But yeah, whatever the purple value is on your card is what ends up boosting off it. It used to be a bit more confusing because it never used to have the purple value, but luckily about a year ago they did end up adding it, which makes it a lot easier to understand. Because now if you want to know what your magic does, you just simply look at the card, see the purple value, and then you know immediately what your magic does. I think there's only a few exceptions to that. Like for example, mana burn mechanic. Where the mechanic itself does damage based on your magic. However, there's no actual purple value on the card itself. Okay, we do have alignment. I'm actually going to do it just to kill first slot with 3 damage because we didn't have a red that we could take. Can you say your Guild War defense team using metal troops and Bill Warhammer can challenge you for an honor point? Wait, using what? Set my PvP defense team to metal troops. Why specifically metal troops? Ooh, Submerge getting in the way. Skull's enough to kill though. Oh, I could double skull too. Whoops. Luckily it wasn't needed. Yeah, there's the power of maxed out Yog Way. Not bad. Obviously not much of a difference, but he still is very strong self, just ever so slightly better. Wow, no board at all. Oh, yeah, I don't know if I should have done that way. Oh no, I probably shouldn't have. It's not gonna matter though, he's dead. You got all the Guardians, still missing one though, the Gnome. Yeah, I didn't bother going for the Gnome. I'm hoarding all my Vault keys until they rework them, for better or worse. But we're saving them for that. Bill, I'm pretty sure I already gave you honor today. So I can't do it again. Luckily, they don't have score reduction either, so we can easily clean up. You don't always necessarily need to have a tank on your team. It can be helpful in many situations, but it's not always a necessity. And he converts away everything we need, unfortunately. What a turn. I guess we just cast. We'll go for another Yog Way then. Ooh, we actually got a kill. We actually got a double kill. So much so we had to kill it off a 25% reflect. Gosh, I almost killed my whole team. That was very vicious towards the end there. Yeah, there's upgraded Anu. I mean, oh, gosh. That's upgraded Yog Way off the Anus. Not the greatest, not the worst. Still one of the stronger things in the game, though. It's definitely pretty high up there, that's for sure. Well, I mostly only use it defensively these days. It is one of the strongest teams in the game, and has been for ever since it came out. It's been meta for about 2 years now or so, I want to say. Or at least very strong anyways. At one point it was meta, right now it's just really, really good. But definitely not the absolute best. That's a nice option to have nonetheless. It also uses no mythics. It's arguably one of the strongest, if not the strongest team that could be made using 0 mythics. So always worth getting those things up because they gain a lot of benefit. She gains 6 magic, which is really beneficial on her due to her Fairy Fire, meaning she gains even more than that from it. Oh, don't Yajo us. What are you doing that for? Only problem with our location there is you die so quickly from being in second slot there. Oh wait, I just realized. Why did I fail? I forgot to switch my team. I was wondering, like, wait, why did that take so long? Duh. That's not the team we want for that. That was funny. Hey, it works though. I was like, wait, why are they tanking this so hard? Duh. Wrong battle. Wrong battle. Guess I must be out of it some. I'm still somewhat tired from before. So this time is mostly because of the asthma the other day. It's been making it so I can't sleep as well. Because I have like trouble breathing at night. Hopefully it'll be better by the time I go on my trip though. Because that'd be very annoying. Otherwise. Yeah, we'll probably cycle through this probably 2 more times for chests. Because we got the main thing we wanted already. And that was, of course, the final Anu we needed for the almighty Yog Way. And right in time to still be able to use them some, because we're technically still using them for Guild War Defense. And now they gotta fight it with a gold medal! Which doesn't do too much, but 2 to all stats is a decent buff compared to nothing. Well, 2 to all but 1 magic, but still same difference pretty much. Because his extra HP counts as essentially another damage anyways. How will I mask up at the airports? No. Though if I get sick this time, I might. Monkey Disciple could theoretically work in the Tapon or the Yog Way Queen of Tanya team. It's not as advised due to its lack of Empower though. But it doesn't have 75% mana start, so it's not as bad. But I still feel like the Empower Tapon more often than not ends up working out better. However, one nice thing about the Monkey Disciple is you don't need to wait until any kind of alignment. You still have to wait till a somewhat better board. However, you don't have to wait for alignment. The one nice thing about Tapon is you can have the consistency of knowing exactly when it's going to work. Whereas you can't do that with Monkey Disciple. You can look at the board and say, yeah, well, yeah, this will be pretty likely based on the board. However, you never know for sure when it actually is going to go and land. Whereas with Tapon, you have guarantee knowledge of when that will happen. Yeah, let's go for Leprechaun. So we see an extra turn there. There's almost no other move that's worth going for. Off the immediate board. That reminds me. That's something I haven't been using much lately on the PC is using the controller, linking up the controller and using that for everything. Oh yeah, I never did make mention of it. I did try messing around with the Google Chromecast, and apparently I need an adapter to make it work properly for what I want to use it for. So I need to go get that adapter soon. So I won't have it working until I get back. I need to go order it before I go, so it gets here by the time I end up getting back from my trip. But there's a specific adapter I need for it to actually work properly for how I want to set it up. Which is unfortunate. I think it's like a $20 adapter too. But hopefully after that it'll work. I could see if there's in stores. I'm not sure if anywhere around me that would have it though. It's a really specific weird adapter. Oh! I didn't think about that. I wonder if a Steam Link would work for that. Because they're sometimes as cheap as $5. I have seen that before. Yeah, we could give it a shot. Hopefully they go that heavily on sale this Christmas. Actually, is there one right now? Hold up. Or isn't the winter sale already start? I haven't even been paying attention to the winter sale this year. Hold up. How much is it this year? Stream Link. Or what's it called again? Yeah, Steam Link. I keep calling it Stream Link. Steam Link. There's the thing for it. Where's the actual product thingy thing? It's not what I want. I know what it is. I've seen it before. Where is it? Where is the thing for it? I'm on the page. I don't see a buy option or price though. Weird. That is very strange, actually. Wait, why is there... What? Well, let me go to the Steam controller. Because normally that has one to the stream link going back to it. That's weird. Am I missing something here? They aren't selling the Steam controller and Steam link anymore. I don't see a buy button on any of these two pages. Is there a different location you're supposed to do it through other than Steam itself? Which would be weird. Here's a Steam product that's not sold on Steam. They stopped manufacturing them? Oh, okay. Really? They failed that hard? That they stopped making them? Let's see, we'll get that down. It seemed like they never really did that well with either of those two things. Like the Steam Link, they had to already like start reducing in price like exponentially. I think after 1 year it was low as like $5 or $10 one of the times when they end up selling it, which was like a 95 to 90% cut on it. And the controller they did as low as like I think 25 or something. Which I think the lowest Nintendo has gone on their Pro Controller is 60. Get Steam within a year, I think, like dropped its price by half during some sales. It went that low when they ended up selling the last of their stock. Wow. And they made more sales than stock available. You'd think they would have a limit on it so they could keep track. Kind of like how other websites do. But I guess since the website is mostly used for digital products, they don't normally need a limit for something like that. But most other websites have a limit to prevent that. Or, you know, a total stock that the system keeps track of. What do we take? We'll grab that. Get our splodies. If anyone still has any other questions, let me know. Because we'll probably wrap up after this last one. Yeah, I'm most likely just going to get the adapter thingy for it. And go from there. I can still use the thing I have. However, the way I want to use it, I need a really specific adapter. Otherwise, my capture card won't work on it. Otherwise, it brings up some error message, which I've already tried. And the reason why that little device I have that does that is they don't want you, like, actually, what was the reason? I think it's mostly because they don't want you to rip, like, movies or stuff from it as easily. I think is the main protection that it has against it. Which is one of the reasons why it kind of has that on it. I forget exactly what it's called. I'm, like, trying to think of the word for it. It's like a 4-letter acronym. But anyways, not relevant. We'll get it working soon, TM. Let's see. There we go. Yes, HDCP sounds correct. I have no clue what that stands for, though. Off the top of my head, I can't remember. But yeah, it was HDCP. And I need an adapter that can bypass it to make it work with my capture card. High bandwidth digital copy protection. Basically, hardware-based DRM. Oh, okay. That makes sense. And we don't get anything good from the final chest. But we got our Anu that we needed. That was the main thing that mattered there. Of course, it looks like we have 0 now, but obviously we have 1 set, so we actually do have 1. It's not like we used the last of them. I know it kind of looked like we did when we did it earlier, but obviously we still have the 1 that's set, so we still have 1. You always want to make sure you have 1 Anu. In the case of all these, you want to make sure you have at least 3 at any given time of all the medals, with the only exception being Anu, in which case you only need 1 because they don't stack. Nor do they stack with other percent bonus starts. They probably fired the team that came up with the controller idea and put in intern in charge of the fire sale. Haha. I don't know. I feel like the controller and concept could have had some potential. The only problem is, didn't it come around the time when all the next-gen consoles came around? And it almost seemed like Steam was trying to compete with that, and then completely flopped in doing so. Because I'm pretty sure, wasn't that around the time PS4 and Xbox One came out? The time when Steam tried doing their Steam machines, which I almost forgot that's even a thing. As well as they did the controller and that Steam Link thing, or whatever it was called. Like, they did all that around the time of previous gen, but it flopped ridiculously hard. I'm pretty sure it was around that time. Oh, it was 2015? Okay, that was a little bit after then. It was still before next-gen Switch, though, or next-gen Nintendo. But I'm curious to see what ends up happening with next-gen PS5 and Xbox. What do they call it again? I keep forgetting their name. They need to stop pulling a Nintendo and keep naming their things weird things. Xbox Series X. That was it. I remember now. But they keep naming it weird things. Can't they just keep it simple like PS5? Just keep making the number go up. I guess it's nice that they're getting a little bit more creative with it. It's a little annoying when phones kind of just keep doing the same thing. Here's the new phone i787. This keeps going up by 1 number every time. Until they figure out some kind of other thing to name it. And then they keep going up by 1 number every single time. No, I haven't ever owned an Xbox system ever. And the only PlayStation I've ever owned was PlayStation 2. When PlayStation 3 was already out. But I've never really done much other than PC and Nintendo stuff for the most part. And I'm still pretty much that way now. And I ended up skipping over Wii U because that was pointless. And I just did PC gaming during that entire time. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading out for now. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Best of luck with the rest of Bounty Hunter. And enjoy the holidays, because they are fast approaching. We will still be streaming on the holidays. However, the 27th, or sorry, the 26th, next Thursday, whatever next Thursday is, will be the last day we're going to be streaming next Thursday night. And then I'll be gone from about 2 weeks then. From that Friday all the way until about the 6th or so. So, yeah, feel free to leave a like on the stream. Definitely helps out a lot. I'll see all of you soon. Thank you so much for stopping by again. Again, enjoy the holidays, enjoy the weekend, and stay warm out there because it is getting so cold. But anyways, guys, Merry Christmas, and catch you guys later. Goodbye, everyone.